Well, I'm not a winner at any sport. I don't have luck for dating cute girls. Plus, I always wanted to have awesome superpowers like go through time or create some killer mutant beings. Like in the comic books we read, I said gleefully. I was trying to get this mature conversation back into more of a me and my buddy just chilling and talking. What is it that you wish to win? He asked with eager anticipation. I want to win the Super Bowl, I said with a snarky tone. And the ladies? What kind of women do you seek? My brother started sounding like that talk show host, Richard Bay. He was interrogating me, and I felt like a witness to a crime that hadn't been committed yet. Mary Henderson. She is the sweetest and cutest girl at my school. You know this already, bro. You would tease me whenever you see me freeze up around her. I don't have the guts to talk to a beautiful girl like that. She has a smile that knocks me out in her eyes. Man, I can't even describe her eyes. She's like a movie star that got asked to an audition on a reality show at my school. I just don't know what to say to a beautiful girl like that. I was so into my conversation, envisioned Mary walking by me and smiling with those sweet dimples that I didn't even notice my own little brother standing up right in front of me and completely giving me the moon. 2 feet from my nose, bare butt and all. Why don't you tell her that the butt crack's got your tongue? And with those words, the roaring sound of a flatulent 4-second fart ripped straight through the walls of our makeshift sanctuary. My kid brother had me on the edge of my seat with hopes and dreams of a date with an angel from science class, only now to be completely engulfed in tonight's spaghetti and meatball aftermath stench shooting through the air and across my face. You total turd! I screamed as I realized that I had been had the entire time. At least I'm not a total turd face. My deviant brother smiled and started rolling on the floor, laughing so hard I felt like waiting for him to lose all air and take off just to get the last laugh. But the damage was done. We were going to head home soon. Anyways, and all I could think of was saying was, "Don't you ever talk about this again. I mean, ever. This never happened, you giant brat." My little brother was choking from his own gas and crying with so much laughter that he couldn't even catch his breath. He couldn't speak. I don't even know if his eyes opened up while he was dying of laughter. The nerve of this kid. I had opened up to one of the biggest tricksters in the whole world, and Halloween was only a month away. I thought, what a hard time I would have going to school in the morning and everyone murmuring, "There goes Turd Face." "Okay, you little brat, you can stop laughing now. I think the whole park can smell your fart by now," I muttered angrily. It smelled like a rotten pumpkin pie all around us. Stankzilla, my kid brother, was starting to funk up more of the room with extra toots as he chuckled to try and slow down his heartbeat. Along with the small fire burning for our sight of vision, it felt like an oven filled with garbage. "I can't stop. That was classic," he yelped with glee. "You can't stop farting or you can't stop laughing?" I asked while holding my nose over the top of my shirt. "Both," he yelled out with a few more snap, crackle, and pop noises of the wretched rotten tomato odor. "Dah, let's just go. Mama's about to freak out if we don't get back before midnight." I just want to leave and end this entire evening without any more practical scandals. My brother finally caught his breath, and we started heading out to the opening when, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed the fire dying down, almost completely abrupt. Then the fire jumped back to its original form, a good 3 feet high and 1 foot wide. I looked at my bro to see if he had noticed, but his grin told me he was still basking in the glory of my prideful demise. The fire didn't bother me as I walked away, but I had stopped dead in my tracks once I noticed the walls had changed color from the fire's orange glare into a green, ghostly, grayish color. My little brother quickly lost joy and had quick, noticeable shivers jumping around his body like a cell phone stuck on vibrate. He never turned around to see what was wrong with the fire, and neither did I. "Run, Derek!" I screamed at him as I knew that nothing good could come from this mystery flame behind us. Before I could even think of looking behind me, I saw my kid brother bolt for the long cemented drain pipe that led to our fort's entrance. "Hurry, bro, hurry!" I continued to say while trying not to cry. I was older brother. I had to make sure that he knew I was strong. "I'm trying!" My kid brother made the mistake that would haunt me to this day. My kid brother looked back to see if I was okay, only to go into uncontrollable convulsions. Derek, no! I didn't have his medications. We didn't bring them. His arms reached out to the sky as his body lay completely flat and kept violently shaking and shivering. I noticed that his head kept bouncing on the concrete, so the first thing I did was hold the back of my little brother's head like a baby. He was still my baby brother. His mouth started drooling and his eyes stared out like a lifeless doll, but I will forever know that he was staring directly at whatever it was behind us. Derek, listen to me. You have to listen to me. I know you can hear me. You need to breathe slow. You just need to catch your breath and don't swallow, okay? Don't swallow. I was crying. I was scared. I didn't want my only brother to choke on his own tongue. I didn't want him to see this god-awful thing behind me. I never wanted this to happen. I felt this presence behind me watching us, but I never looked back. All I could do was talk to my little brother and keep his head from smacking the concrete. I kept talking to him all night. All night, I never stopped talking to him. Even when the ambulance came and the firefighters broke through the concrete to pick my little brother up, even when the police asked me questions on what I saw, I even kept talking to my little brother when the doctors and nurses would tell me to stop speaking out loud to your dead kid bro. I still kept talking to him. I felt guilty and I felt like I was to blame. I have the same nightmare almost every month since. And no matter how many times I talk about it, my baby brother's face looks more and more terrified each time I see him in my dreams. I wished and I still wish for that night never to have happened. But the more I wish, the more I remember. This little reunion tour of where we last spent time together really never helped me to begin with. I look now at exactly where we both laid for hours on that never-ending night, gazing at the exact position where I held my little brother in the cold, funneled wind. I don't remember what time the paramedics came, and all I do remember is when my brother's body lost all warmth, and I kept holding him. I was too afraid to let go, and I kept thinking that I could still keep him warm. I could still have him comfortable. I take a huge breath, and I can't fight the tears rolling down my eyes. I cough in relief, knowing that at least now I can sense that he is still here. His spirit is still here, and maybe he can show me what it was that I never had the guts to see for myself.